Chapter 1. Build a winning mindset. Surround yourself with growth. Your life, my friends, is a garden, and the people around you are the sunlight that helps it thrive. Every setback you've faced, every failed business, every missed opportunity is not a shadow to dim your growth. It's fertile soil, ready to nurture your dreams if you surround yourself with the right influences. Why let negative voices shape your path when you can choose those who inspire success? Welcome to Success Roots, where we're igniting your journey to conquer your life, blending the timeless wisdom of Jim Rohn with the bold energy of Tony Robbins. Today, we're planting the first seed of self-mastery, building a winning mindset to grow your success roots. Imagine Anna, a 55-year-old office clerk who felt stuck after a failed business venture. Like many of you, she was surrounded by doubters, colleagues who complained, friends who dismissed her dreams. But Anna learned a powerful truth. You become like the people you spend the most time with. By choosing a positive environment, she built a winning mindset. This idea echoes Jim Rohn, who believed you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Tony Robbins amplifies this by urging us to surround ourselves with those who fuel our growth. Together, they show us that a winning mindset is the sunlight of self-mastery. Who's shaping your mindset right now? Are you surrounded by dreamers or doubters? Do your connections lift you up or hold you back? Negative influences are clouds blocking your garden's sunlight, but a positive environment fuels personal growth. To conquer your life, you must choose people who inspire success. Your setbacks aren't your identity. They're lessons. Your age isn't a limit. It's a strength. Why let toxic voices dim your light when you can shine with a winning mindset? Anna chose positive influences, and it changed everything. Here's how to build a winning mindset. First, audit your circle. Write down the 5 people you spend the most time with and note if they inspire or drain you. Second, seek positive influences. Join one group, maybe an online personal development forum or a local business club. Third, contribute to others. Share one idea or tip with your new group this week. Jim Rohn taught us that your environment shapes your future. Tony Robbins adds that positive connections fuel action. Together, they show us that a winning mindset grows financial freedom and career growth. Let's make it practical. This week, join one positive group, maybe a local networking event or an online entrepreneurship forum. Share one idea, like a time management tip. Anna joined an online business group and shared a budgeting idea. That small step surrounded her with dreamers, growing her success roots. After a month, she was learning from mentors and feeling inspired. Here's a tool to help you. Create a mindset journal. Each day, write down one positive interaction you had and one idea you learned. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that connections create energy. Jim Rohn adds that your environment shapes your character. Anna's journal helped her stay focused. After 3 months, she was networking with confidence and planning a side hustle. Her success roots grew because she surrounded herself with growth. A winning mindset isn't about luck, it's about choice. Every positive connection you make brightens your garden. Anna's new environment led to big changes. Today, at 55, she's running a part-time consulting business and moving toward financial independence. Who's one person you'll connect with today to build your winning mindset? Don't let negative voices dim your light. Shine with growth now. Your garden is soaking up sunlight, my friends. A winning mindset is the seed, but it needs action to bloom. Anna's story shows us that positive influences set the stage, but it's only the beginning. What if you could turn that mindset into unstoppable action? Let's keep moving and find out how. Chapter 2. Accelerate Action. Live your definition of success. Your garden is glowing, my friends. With a winning mindset as your sunlight, it's time to water it with action. Your life is a canvas, and bold action is the brush that paints your vision of success. Why settle for a life you don't love when you can create one you do? Let's dive into the second step of self-mastery, accelerating action to grow your success roots. Meet James, a 50-year-old warehouse worker who felt trapped after a failed business. Like many of you, he dreamed of a better life but didn't know how to start. But James learned a powerful truth. Success is living life on your own terms, doing what you want, when and where you choose. By accelerating his actions, he conquered his life. This idea echoes Tony Robbins, who believed success is doing what you want, when you want, with whom you want. Jim Rohn adds that action turns dreams into reality. Together, they show us that bold action is the brushstroke of self-mastery. What does success mean to you? Is it financial freedom? More time with family? Running your own business? If you keep waiting, you'll never paint your canvas. To conquer your life, you must act now to create the life you want. Your failures don't define you, they guide you. Your circumstances don't limit you, they challenge you. Why live someone else's version of success when you can paint your own? James accelerated his actions, and it changed everything. Here's how to accelerate action. First, define your success. Write down one specific vision of success, maybe owning a side business or retiring early. Second, take one bold action today. Spend 10 minutes researching your vision, like looking up business ideas. Third, set a deadline. Give yourself 1 week to complete that action. Tony Robbins says that success comes from bold action. Jim Rohn adds that every step shapes your future. Together, they teach us to paint with purpose for personal growth and career growth. Let's make it practical. Define your success today. Maybe start a side hustle. Take one bold action, like watching a 10-minute tutorial on e-commerce. Set a deadline for this week. James defined his success as financial independence. He took a bold step by signing up for a free online course. That action painted a new stroke on his canvas, growing his success roots. After a month, he was testing product ideas and building confidence. Here's a tool to help you. Create an action log. Each day, write down one bold action you took toward your vision of success. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that action creates momentum. Jim Rohn adds that every step builds your future. James's log kept him accountable. After 3 months, he launched a small online store, earning his first $100. His success roots grew because he accelerated his actions. Bold action isn't about giant leaps. It's about painting your canvas with purpose. Every action brings your vision of success closer. James's bold steps led to big changes. Today, at 50, he's running a side business and living his definition of success. What's one bold action you'll take today to accelerate your success? Don't settle for less. Paint your canvas now. Your winning mindset is the sunlight, and bold action is the brush. James's story shows us that accelerating action creates results, but it takes strength to push past barriers. What if you could overcome the mental blocks holding you back? Let's keep moving and find out how. Chapter 3. Overcome mental barriers. Become your best self. Your canvas is coming alive, my friends. With a winning mindset and bold action, it's time to break through the walls holding you back. Your life is a workshop, and mental barriers are the obstacles that block your progress. Why wish for an easier life when you can become stronger? Let's dive into the third step of self-mastery: overcoming mental barriers to grow your success roots. Meet Linda, a 46-year-old store clerk who felt stuck after a failed startup. Like many of you, she wished life were easier, thinking her age and past failures were insurmountable. But Linda learned a powerful truth. Don't wish for fewer challenges. Wish to be better. By improving herself, she conquered her mental barriers. This idea echoes Jim Rohn, who taught us to focus on becoming better rather than wishing for easier circumstances. Tony Robbins adds that mental barriers are just stories we tell ourselves. Together, they show us that overcoming mental barriers is the tool of self-mastery. What mental barriers are holding you back right now? Fear of failure? Feeling too old? Thinking you're not good enough? These are walls in your workshop, but they don't have to stop you. To conquer your life, you must become stronger than your barriers. Your failures aren't limits, they're lessons. Your age isn't a weakness, it's a strength. Why wish for an easier path when you can become your best self? Linda broke her mental barriers, and it changed everything. Here's how to overcome mental barriers. First, identify one barrier. Maybe, I'm too old to start over. Write it down. Second, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this true? People succeed in their 50s every day. Third, take one action to prove it wrong. Spend 10 minutes learning a new skill, like digital marketing. Jim Rohn said that becoming better shapes your future. Tony Robbins adds that breaking mental barriers fuels action. Together, they teach us to become stronger for financial freedom and career growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one mental barrier to break this week. Maybe, I'm not good enough. Take one action, like watching a 10-minute tutorial on a new skill. Linda challenged her barrier of, I'm too old, by learning graphic design for 10 minutes a day. That small action broke her walls, growing her success roots. After a month, she was creating designs for clients. Here's a tool to help you. Create a barrier breaker journal. Each day, write down one mental barrier and one action you took to challenge it. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that action destroys barriers. Jim Rohn adds that improving yourself shapes your future. Linda's journal helped her stay focused. After 3 months, she was freelancing part-time and earning extra income. Her success roots grew because she became her best self. Overcoming mental barriers isn't about wishing for less. It's about becoming more. Every action you take strengthens your workshop. Linda's growth led to big changes. Today, at 46, she's building a freelance career and moving toward financial independence. What's one mental barrier you'll break today? Don't wish for easier. Become better now. Your winning mindset and bold actions are painting a masterpiece, and overcoming barriers keeps your brush strong. Linda's story shows us that becoming better fuels progress, but it takes inner drive to keep going. What if you could ignite motivation from within? Let's keep moving and find out how. Wijsbrugste 4. Ignite inner motivation. Rewrite your inner story. Your workshop is thriving, my friends. With a winning mindset, bold action, and broken barriers, it's time to fuel your fire from within. Your life is a flame, and inner motivation is the spark that keeps it burning. Why let old stories dim your drive when you can rewrite them to ignite your future? Let's dive into the final step of self-mastery: igniting inner motivation to grow your success roots. Meet Michael, a 58-year-old driver who felt his drive fading after a failed business. Like many of you, he told himself stories like, I'm not enough, or it's too late. But Michael learned a powerful truth. The only thing stopping you is the story you tell yourself. By rewriting his inner story, he ignited his motivation. This idea echoes Tony Robbins, who taught us that our inner stories shape our reality. Jim Rohn adds that motivation comes from a clear purpose. Together, they show us that inner motivation is the spark of self-mastery. What story are you telling yourself right now? I'll never succeed. I'm too old to try. These are sparks that dim your flame, but they're not true. To conquer your life, you must rewrite your inner story to fuel your motivation. Your failures aren't proof of weakness. They're proof of courage. Your age isn't a limit, it's a strength. Why let old stories extinguish your fire when you can ignite it with a new narrative? Michael rewrote his story, and it changed everything. Here's how to ignite inner motivation. First, identify one limiting story. Maybe I'm too old to start over. Write it down. Second, rewrite it. Replace it with, my experience is my power. Third, act on it. Take one small action today, like researching a business idea for 10 minutes. Tony Robbins says that rewriting your story fuels action. Jim Rohn adds that purpose drives effort. Together, they teach us to ignite our flame for personal growth and financial freedom. Let's make it practical. Choose one limiting story to rewrite this week. Maybe I'm not good enough. Replace it with, I am capable of success. Take one action, like reading 10 pages of a personal development book. Michael rewrote his story of, it's too late, to, I have wisdom to succeed. He started mentoring a young colleague, fueling his motivation. That action grew his success roots. After a month, he was leading a small mentorship group. Here's a tool to help you. Create a motivation journal. Each day, write down one limiting story you rewrote and one action you took. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that stories shape our reality. Jim Rohn adds that purpose fuels effort. Michael's journal helped him stay motivated. After 6 months, he was running a part-time business and thriving. His success roots grew because he ignited his inner motivation. Inner motivation isn't about waiting for inspiration. It's about rewriting your story. Every action you take fuels your flame. Michael's new story led to big changes. Today, at 58, he's running a business and living with purpose. What's one story you'll rewrite today? Don't let old narratives dim your flame. Ignite your motivation now. Your life is a garden, my friends. Every choice you make, every positive connection, bold action, broken barrier, and ignited spark grows your success roots. Why let another moment pass without conquering your life? You've learned to build a winning mindset, accelerate action, overcome mental barriers, and ignite inner motivation. Now, it's time to act. Take one bold step today. Connect with someone, take an action, or rewrite a story. You have the power to conquer your life. Subscribe to Success Roots for weekly motivation to build your extraordinary future. Share in the comments. What's one action you'll take today to grow your success roots? Let's keep growing together.